the first time in a long time. But as much as I did feel like, you know, like, oh God, and it, you know, it hurt in the moment, but I had to think to myself, I was like, if I go to bed tonight, if I wake up in the morning, is this still gonna hurt? Is this still gonna upset me? Or am I gonna wake up tomorrow? Now, 9 times out of 10, unless it's like something that's like right on that awkward gray borderline, usually what's going to happen is it's pretty black and white like that. You're either going to wake up and you're going to have forgotten all about it, and it seems like the biggest fucking problem in the world that you're never going to get over at the time, and then it's just a good night's sleep, a quick reset, a quick dream, and a nightmare away, and then you wake up and you're like, I don't remember what I was upset about. But if you wake up the next morning, and if that still hits you hard, and if that still really gets inside of you, and if that really starts to still make you struggle even the next morning, I feel like there's a good chance that that's still valid. Now, there are exceptions to this rule. You cannot sit there, this is an extreme example, but you guys get what I'm saying. You guys cannot sit there with your petty fucking problem and be like, well, I guess I'll just go to bed and see if I feel better. And then you go to bed and you wake up with an alarm and you're about to turn off your alarm on your phone and you read the text that you set to look at in the morning that says, remember the thing that was upsetting you last night? And then you're like, oh yeah, that's right. And then you force yourself to fucking think about that, because when I was younger, I used to do that because I kind of wanted to be like, I wanted to be a little emo kid. I wanted to be depressed. I would literally wake up and I would try to remind myself about the things that upset me so that I could continue to be sad, because I was a little fuck. I was about to use a derogatory. No, you know what? Get offended if you want. Straight up, I was being like a total fag, dude. I was being a complete faggot, without a doubt. I was just being this little whiny piece of shit bitch that was just like, heh. So, that's not an excuse. If you're going to go to bed and you're going to make sure that you wake up in the morning and remember, oh yeah, this, like you freaking set an alarm and it's like, remember, we don't have any more Frosted Flakes in the pantry. And then you're like, oh yeah, no more Frosted Flakes. You're a bitch. So that's the only exception to the rule. If you wake up and you are purposely trying to remind yourself, now don't get me wrong, this morning I woke up and I immediately started thinking about the same issue that was bothering me so much last night. And as soon as I woke up, I thought about it, and I was like, oh shit, here we go. And I was worried. I was like, is this going to be a game changer? Is this going to ruin my day? And I thought about it for a minute. I faced it. And I was like, you know what? Live and learn. Get better. Be stronger. I got out of bed, and I proceeded to take a shower with a shower head that wasn't exactly the setting I liked it, and it was way too hot for me, so I ended up being miserable. But at least it was a superficial kind of miserable. It was a physical kind of miserable. It wasn't in my head, which is better. In case any of you little emo fucks are trying to take what I say the wrong way, I'm not saying that physical pain is better than mental pain, and if any of you guys think that I'm validating the idea of you cutting yourself, get the fuck out of my stream. But if you guys have any common sense, you know that's not at all what I meant. Kudos to you. And if you weren't thinking that, but now that I said it, it's been put in your head. My bad. There's no candy to you today. You're trying to fight? Am I mean for laughing at no more Frosted Flakes in the pantry? No, Samantha, that's the fucking point, is that it's funny. It's funny. It is, if anything, you are only validating my point by laughing, because you are proving the fact that it is those superficial issues that some people like to get so worked up over and try to ruin their entire day or even week about, and at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. And anybody with even the tiniest hint of common sense is going to be like, dude, you're being a bitch. I used to love that. I used to be when I was a little whiny fuck and I had a good friend that would just straight up tell me like, you're being a bitch. And I'd be like, huh. Fuck you! And then I'd walk away and I'd think about it. I'm like, he called me a bitch. And then after like 5 minutes, I'd be like, I'm being a bitch. I'd come back and be like, yo, you were right. I'm being a bitch. He's like, I told you. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, how'd you figure that out? I was like, I had a Snickers. By the way, this broadcast is sponsored by Snickers. Snickers. Nice milk chocolate wrapped around a sweet. I'm just kidding. I was about to do the whole thing, but I've totally spaced out on what's inside of a Snickers. I can't remember. I think there's peanuts. Almonds? I don't remember. So I was just like, bleh. Anyways, goddamn, if I was sponsored by Snickers.